Hey, good morning everybody. It is almost done. It is Friday the 29th of May. We have 1 week left. That's it. Just 1 week because the last 3 days we're just going to get caught up. So let's figure this out. So first of all, if you have not done Chapter 8, please get that in. I sent a bunch of kids a bunch of texts, so you got to get that done. If not, emails will be going to parents and phone calls or whatever. We've got to get ourselves caught up, okay? Before the end, right? Before the end. So homework last night. It was kind of weird. Hopefully you guys did pretty well on it. But here's the answers I have. Number one, there are 3 triangles. It just shows that the big triangle is similar to the little triangle, which is similar to that triangle. Same thing here. There are 3 triangles. It shows the big triangle similar to this triangle, which is similar to that triangle. Okay, it should be easy. 2, the geometric mean is going to be square root of 12, or 2 square root of 3 if you reduce the square root. 4 is 15. 5, x turns out to be 12. 6, the value of y is 3 squared, so 11, or you probably have a 9.95. 7, the value of t is 343, and 8. The value of a is 8. So that's all you got to do. So anyway, if you have questions on how to do any of those, just ask, and I'll be happy to look at that. Okay. Now today, super important today. Today we're going to start a thing called trigonometry. Trigonometry, okay? And it's actually pretty easy. Sounds really hard, but it's actually pretty easy. So there are 3 things in trigonometry that we want to talk about, but not all 3 today. So first of all, we are going to talk about this thing called tangent. So I'm going to open up my journal. I'm going to go to section 10.5, and we're going to talk about the tangent. Oh, did I say 10.5? I meant 9.5. 9.5, okay? So I'm going to go to 9.5. 9.4. 9, I'm wrong. Look at me. I should be better prepared. Okay, 9.4. Okay, now, you're going to need a calculator to do this. You have to have a calculator. So if you don't have a calculator, your phone will do it, but your phone's a little bit harder to do it. I'll show you. So on my calculator, before I do a whole lot, I got to make sure I'm in the right mode, okay? What do I mean by the right mode? Well, there's 2 ways to do angles. You don't need to know the other, but if I go to my mode button, which is right there, push mode, and I see 2 buttons. I see this thing called radians and degrees. We have to be in degrees, okay? Radians is something we do in pre-calculus and algebra 2, mostly pre-calculus, but you only want to do degrees, okay? So make sure your calculus is in degrees. Now your phone will do it also. So if you go to your phone, let's see if you can even see my phone. Okay, hold on. And I go to my calculator. Here's my calculator. Okay. See if I can flip my phone. Come on, flip for me, phone. Come on. Give me a second, you guys. Come on, phone. My phone's not flipping. I don't know why. Maybe there's some sensor on it. Anyway, your phone will do this stuff as well, but you're better to just use a calculator. Come on, phone. Well, guys, I'll have to work on how to get my phone to flip later, okay? But same thing, your phone will do this stuff as well. Okay, so let's get started right off the bat. If I want to do trigonometry, the first thing we're going to talk about is the tangent ratio, okay? So they talk about the tangent as being the length of the opposite side over the adjacent. So I'm going to rewrite that. Tan, and I use this little symbol here. That symbol is called theta, but it always means angle. This theta here, this means angle. Whenever I use that value, it's the Greek symbol theta. Don't let that freak you out. Okay? Whenever you see the symbol, it just means angle. Okay? So, tangent, and this is up on my board, my classroom, too bad we're not there, is always equal to the opposite side over the adjacent. Okay, so I drew a triangle. So let's go ahead and I'm going to circle that. Everything has to do with this, okay? So I made a triangle, made it triangle PIG, one of my favorite triangles, because you can call them whatever you want. Now, listen super carefully, okay? Never use the 90, but if I were right here at G, pretend this is a big triangular lake. Just pretend it's a lake, okay? If I was sitting here and I said throw a rock to the opposite side, you throw it over to 3. That's the opposite side from G. And then we already know this side is called the hypotenuse, right? It's called the hypotenuse. right? In a right triangle, that's the hypotenuse. So if I go to G, this would be my opposite side. And standing here at G, I threw my rock to the opposite side. Then 4 would be next to me, called the adjacent side, okay? So if I wanted the tangent of angle G, right? Tangent of angle G, it's equal to the opposite side over the adjacent side. So the opposite side is 3 over the adjacent side is 4. Easy. Now, let's say you got a friend who's on this side of the lake, okay? If you're here, things change around, because if you're here, if you're at angle P, you walk around to the other side. Let's say you walk over to the other side, okay? Go over to P. If you're over at P, then you want to throw a rock across the opposite side. This becomes the opposite side if you're at angle P. This is still the hypotenuse, because it's always going to be the one opposite the 90, or the longest. And that makes the 3 my adjacent. So it changes around depending on what angle you're on. Okay, so here, if I'm at G, that's my opposite side. If I'm here at angle P, that's my opposite side. So if I want to do the tangent of angle P, it would be opposite side, which is 4, over the adjacent side, which is 3. Okay, now we can use this trigonometry to solve a lot of really interesting problems. So what I want to do is show you some problems. So hopefully I'm going to make some sense of this. Super important. This stuff is, you're going to need to know this for future math classes. But, all right, so calculator mode. All right, remember, check our mode. I'm in degree mode, not radian mode. If I'm in the wrong mode, it won't work. And I'm going to try and set this up. So what I do is this. Find the length of BC. Here's BC. I'm going to call that little a. Angle A, opposite side, little a, okay? So what do I know? I know this angle. I'm going to circle. I know the angle. I know that angle. And then if I need to use the tangent, I'm going to use the tangent. Let's write that down. The tangent of an angle is equal to the opposite side over the adjacent side, okay? Well, I know that theta is 36. Because theta represents an angle. Okay? My opposite side from here, right, throw it to the opposite side of the lake, of Big Triangle Lake, is A. That's my opposite side. This is my hypotenuse, and this is my adjacent side. Okay, so what you do is you go to your angle, and from your angle you determine the names of these sides. That's my opposite side, that's my adjacent side. So you set it up. So I'm going to go tangent of theta, but not theta, because theta is 36. I'm going to rewrite this as tangent, not theta, but theta is 36, is equal to the opposite, which is little a, which is what I want to find, over the adjacent, which is 12. Okay. All right, now I'm going to solve for a. The way I'm going to solve for a is I'm going to multiply both sides by 12. Okay, multiply this by 12, right? Multiply this by 12. And so I have 12 times the tangent of 36 equals a. All right, well, to get this value in my calculator, tangent of 36, okay, so I see the tangent button, tan 36, okay, boom. Got about a 0.72. So then I really want 12 times that, so I'll go times 12, and I get 8.7. I think it's easier to do this all in one step, though. Type it in just the way it is. Go 12 times the tangent of 36. I like to close parentheses, and there you go, 8.7. So what I did is I found the value of this side, which is 8.7. Little a, side A is 8.7. Okay, so you need a calculator to do this. If you don't have a calculator, your phone will work. Doggone, I wish my phone would turn for me, but I know there's a feature in there I'm missing. Probably my settings, right? I'm not sure. Anyway, your calculator will do this, or your phone will do this. Okay, now let's take a look at the second one. Find the length of GP. Okay, this is GP right here. Since this is angle I, I'm going to call this little I. Okay, so GP could be called little I. Okay, so how do we do this? Well, we need to use tangent, right? So tangent of theta is equal to the opposite side over the adjacent. Okay, so this is our main thing today, right? Tangent. That little formula is what we're going to use. So theta is my angle which is 42 degrees. Theta is always the angle, 42 degrees, so I'm going to circle that, okay? Now, 15, if I'm sitting here, throw the rock to the opposite side, that's my opposite side, because I'm going to go and throw the rock to the opposite side, and then the little I, this side's my adjacent side. Okay? So I'm going to set this up. Tangent of theta. Well, I'm going to write tangent, not a theta, because I know what theta is. Theta is my angle, which is 42. Equals my opposite side, which is 15, over my adjacent side, which is this GP or little I. Okay? I got to solve. So what I'm going to do, again, is cross multiply. But I'm going to multiply up the I. Bring the I up here. So I'm going to multiply up the I, because I have to solve for I. So you get I times the tangent of 42 equals 15. Okay, I'm trying to solve for I, so I had to get it out of the fraction. Okay, I'm trying to solve for I, so I had to get it out of the fraction. So I multiplied by I and brought it up here, okay? So then I is up here. Then the last step is I'm going to divide by tangent 42. So divide by tangent of 42, divide by tangent of 42, cancels. And then I'm going to use my calculator. And I'm going to do it exactly like it says. I'm going to go, okay, watch, I'm going to go 15. Can you see this? Yeah, I'm going to go 15 divided by the tangent, use my tangent button, of 42, close parentheses, and I get an answer about 16.66. About 16.66. So a little I is about 16.66. Whoops. Now, here's the thing. If the variable's on top, you just multiply, right? The variable's on the bottom, I have to switch places and divide, okay? Now, we use trigonometry in lots of places. Here's a great example. Unfortunately, we're not at school. If we were at school, we would have gone outside and used a little bit of tangent to solve a problem. Find the height of a telephone pole or a tree or something like that, but we're not. So let's pretend. So all of a sudden, well, let's go outside. Okay, everybody get up. Let's go outside. Okay, so we got a 5-foot boy. I don't know. Maybe Mr. Davies, 5 foot. He's not very tall. Sights the top of a tree at an angle of elevation of 54 degrees. If he is 75 feet from the base of the tree, how tall is the tree? So let's draw a picture. So here's my boy. And he's sighting the tree. Okay, here's my tree. Not a beautiful tree. There you go. I gotta make colors here. Make it green. How you like that? Oh, I'm such an artist. Oh yeah. Here you go. So when he sights the top of the tree, right, he gets an angle of elevation of 54 degrees. He is 75 feet from the base of the tree. Now, here's what I did. Since the boy is 5 feet tall, the triangle that I just drew is actually suspended by 5 feet. Okay? So when I look at this triangle here that I'm going to solve for, I'll call this T for tree. I'll add in the 5. I'll have to add in the 5. I'll have to add in this 5 feet. Okay, but here's my right triangle. Here's my angle, theta. So my theta is 54 degrees. T, that's my opposite side. All right, because I can throw the rock to the opposite side. This side, the 75, is my adjacent side. I'm going to use tangent. Okay, I'm going to use my formula. This is my formula, tangent of theta is equal to opposite over adjacent. Okay, so let's set it up. Theta is 54 because theta is the angle. So I'm going to go, okay, tangent of 54 is equal to the opposite side, which is little t, over the adjacent side, which is the 75, right? That's 75 right here. Okay, I'm going to multiply because I need to solve. So to solve, I'm going to multiply by 75. Or I'll just multiply the 75 up here. Okay, so 75 multiplied up here. I'll have 75 times the tangent of 54 degrees. I'm going to need my calculator to do it. Okay, so I'm just going to type it in just like that. I'm going to go 75 times the tangent of 54. I get an answer of about 103.2. So the tree is about 103 103.2 feet. But I'm going to add in the 5 because that's from here, right? So from here to here is the 100. From here to here, so 103.2. But I got to add in my 5. So I add in my 5 feet for the 5-foot buoy, and I get 108. So I get a grand answer of 108.2 feet for the height of the tree. All right. Okay, so if you're going to have difficulty with your calculator, play around with it. Hopefully you have a calculator. If you don't, this stuff can also be done on a computer. You can type this in. You've got a laptop, you've got some kind of computer, you can also type these into the computer. Your computer will do all of these. Just make sure your mode is the correct mode, okay? Good luck. If you have any questions, go ahead and ask me. Your phone also has this in it, okay? There you go. Oh, and homework. Almost stopped to her. Homework. Almost forgot to give you homework. Silly me. So homework today is page 288, 289, 1 through 10, all, okay? So take a look at that. Page 288. We're almost done, you guys. We're going to finish up strong. 288. There it is. 288, 289, 1 through 10, all. Okay, that's all I have. I'll talk to everyone tomorrow.